So I think there was big news lately that you worked on with other banks. You RBI worked on this kind of euro stablecoin, and since we're gonna have our biggest topic today is stablecoins, can you help me describe what was this big news about, and what should we know about stablecoins in general?
Yeah. So in this September, we announced that we are planning to launch a euro stablecoin together with 8 other banks. This was the announcement in September, but actually the project started already 3 years ago. So as you can imagine, 3 years ago, the environment was much different. The stablecoin market cap was at around $130 billion, and there was almost no pressure from the banks or the broader EU policy support when it comes to these topics. Back then, we were 4 banks that kind of said, let's explore whether it makes sense to issue a euro stablecoin. And we did a lot of analysis, especially on one side, on the business side. So what are the use cases for such a stablecoin? What is the business case for such a new entity? A lot of analysis also on the tech side. So what is the infrastructure that we actually need to issue a euro stablecoin? Who are the vendors that can help us with that? And last but not least, also quite an extensive work when it comes to legal risk and regulatory elements. We issued internal a report that said basically there is an opportunity for the banks to join forces and to issue a euro stablecoin together. But we knew that with 4 banks, we might not have this market momentum, or the power of these banks was not strong enough to shift the markets. And then we also decided that we want to expand the consortium. That's why we are currently 9 banks that announced these plans to issue a euro stablecoin. Here we have to say we are an open consortium, so more banks will still join in the next couple of months. So this is definitely not, a closed loop system that we want to create. Now, in terms of the vision that we have, we saw that as the digital asset markets are progressing and as more assets are getting tokenized, we need to feel the need for a trusted, regulated stablecoin that will act as on-chain payment and settlement instrument in order to actually support the development of the digital asset ecosystem. This new entity that we already established, and that is owned by these 9 banks, will of course serve the broader market. So there will be partnerships with crypto exchanges, with PSPs, fintechs, but the long-term vision is also to bring banks closer to the digital asset ecosystem. So to enable actually the banks to build products and services based on stablecoins. And as we know, usually, when you have a banking project, bank act quite slowly. The developments take a while. That's why we also decided to separate this entity from banks so that we can act faster, but still serve as a bridge between the banks and this digital asset ecosystem.
So these entities kind of the spin-off of all these 9 banks, right? In terms of this use case, this particular use case. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sounds interesting.